One of the best pieces of advice I've ever read about starting a business, whether it's consulting service, coaching, or whatever else, was to sit down and write an ad about your service. An ad about what the service is, what the results are, the promise, the benefits. Uh, the hardest part about starting a business is telling people what you do and explaining in very easy manner the benefits that they receive. And if you can't do that on the spot when you meet somebody, you won't be able to sell what you offer very easily. I'll give you an example. For the longest time, I was building this piece of software called Team HQ, and it was supposed to be a piece of a software to help you manage your team, kind of organize projects, organize meetings, have feedback sessions, record all of these things. And whenever I described the software that I was building to the people that I would meet, or even to the people that I would interview, it was very difficult to kind of put it into one liner to sell the service with a sentence or two. I couldn't understand why I wasn't able to do that. And the more I tried, the more my explanations got longer, convoluted, and every time I would talk about it, people would just lose interest. And that is where kind of I was heading in pretty much any business that I started before. The reason for this was simple. I did not understand that how I describe the service is half of it. That's how I sell it. Is half the battle of selling it. And I could have sat down and kind of organized how I talked about it, organized how I uh, presented it to other people. But the problem wasn't in the presentation, because the problem was I couldn't explain it myself to myself or to anybody else in a very succinct and easy to understand language. So the issue to me was the service itself, or the application itself, the software that I was building. It was very difficult to explain. There was way too many things going on. And in the end, it wasn't very useful to most people. Most people just kind of ignored it. And so I failed in that business. I failed building the app, or actually failed building the app, and then failed selling the app. But then a while later, I tried to like understand marketing a little bit, because that's where my weakness was. And the line that I read that kind of stuck out with me was from a book by Harry Beckwith, Selling the Invisible, and it's about selling services. And the line was, if you cannot write a reasonably good ad for your service, an ad that makes an attractive promise to your prospect, your service needs fixing. So whatever you're offering is either too complex, there's too many things going on, or it does not have a clear benefit at the very end. So there's two reasons here that I would kind of look at: is the complexity of your service you're offering, and the promise, the final promise that you're giving. If you're a coach or a consultant, a lot of the times you can do many different things. For example, if you're an executive coach, you can talk about decision making as something that you help with, or you can talk about, say, strategic planning or leadership challenges and all of these different things. So when you meet somebody new and you advertise yourself to that person by answering the question, what do you do? The answer often is convoluted, or too simple, that it doesn't actually explain what you do. You might actually say, I'm an executive coach, and that might feel easy to understand for you, because you know what you do, but it's not easy to understand for the other person. So think about you meeting somebody else as if somebody else was browsing on the internet or watching something on TV and an ad pops up. You have on TV, you might have 30 seconds to capture their attention. On the internet, you have maybe 2 seconds to capture their attention. So in those 2 seconds, you need to explain what you do in such clear language and provide the promise that if the right person is watching, they will want to go and take action by calling you or booking an appointment, signing up, downloading your lead magnet, whatever. So that's what this whole idea is all about: grabbing their attention and explaining, giving them promise of your service. So let's take a step back. Let's go back to the service of the executive coach. So is it decision making? Is it leadership? Is it strategic challenges? What is it? So you have to nail down that bit, and you don't need to have one ad to cover everything. You can have 15 different ads for 15 different specific services, but the idea is you want to be able to explain each particular service within that framework, easy to understand and easy and with a promise at the end. So think about, let's think about decision making as an ad. How would you write an ad for a service or a coaching service that you provide in the decision making space of executive coaching, bigger branch? What I'm thinking about is the ad is, are you struggling with tough strategic decisions, and you want to make them quicker? So something like that. The quicker decisions, that's the promise. The strategic decisions is what you do, and the ad would be around making strategic decisions in your business faster and with more confidence. So that's your kind of ad there. And then when you meet somebody, they ask you, what do you do? You give the answer of, I help executives make strategic decisions faster with confidence without wasting too much time reviewing all the data or whatever it is. And that immediately kind of makes it easy to explain, what do you do? Then you want to add to it by how do you do it, and you say by coaching them through specific frameworks, decision-making frameworks, and helping them analyze how they think about decision-making in coaching sessions. So immediately you've explained your promise, quicker, confident decisions, strategic decisions, and the process of how you help somebody else achieve it. Same thing goes for consultants. If you are in the consulting space, let's say you are in business, you're a management consultant. Again, it's a very wide area of work, and most people would not understand what you do. And if they don't understand, they can't help you by, telling others, their friends, of what you are, what you sell. So that's, again, you need to narrow down. You need to come up with an ad for yourself, for your service, that you want others to understand and then remember and then retell when they're in a different environment. So that's how you kind of get referrals. So that's thinking about that. What would the ad be for a management consultant? Let's say you, in management consultant is a wide field. Let's say you're specifically focusing on finding new areas of business or improving product lines, for example. So if it's finding new areas of business, then you want to have your ad say that you help specifically small business entrepreneurs with budgets of 500,000 to $1 million, find new areas of business to expand to that are adjacent to their current business by doing the in-depth analyzing the current business lines, and then doing in-depth research, and then finding the right opportunity that you can take advantage of quickly, and that could be profitable within first 6 months. So that would be your business management consultant, specifically finding new, expanding into different areas of business, and then how you do that. So once again, if you can write a reasonably good ad for your business, and you want to, and you can give a promise and then explain exactly how this does, that means, and if you can do that very easily, that means your service in itself, the thing that you're offering, is very easy to understand. And then if it's easy to understand, it's easy to see, to judge whether you want it, you need it, or not. And that's the goal. If you want a little bit of marketing advice, I have a 27 ways in 27 days business marketing and newsletter or mentorship that you get through email. The link is in the details if you want to sign up, and I will see you next time.